come all to learn and grow. Welcome to the Village Talk Show. Come all to learn and grow. Welcome to the Village Talk Show. We discuss what people need to know, empowering them to learn and grow. We discuss what people need to know, empowering them to learn and grow. Give praises to Jehovah, from whom all blessings, blessing and knowledge will flow. Blessing and knowledge will flow. The Village Talk Show, dedicating to empowering the community to live a healthy, safe, and financially capable life, helping each one of us in realizing our dream at any age, any point, starting from today, day. Success. Come on to learn and grow. Welcome to the Village Talk Show. Come on to learn and grow. Welcome to the Village Talk Show. We discuss what people need to know, empowering them to learn and grow. We discuss what people need to know, empowering them to learn and grow. Success is not spoken, it is done. Success is done. Come on now. The Village Talk Show. Talk Show. The Village Talk Show.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us today on our Village Talk Show. Thank you to everyone who tuned in. Listen up. You can call us in at 347-746-6598. Say hello, talk, put yourself out there. We have a lot to talk about today. So thank you very much for joining us, our villagers out there on the Village Radio Talk Show, where we are dedicated to empowering the community to live a healthy, safe, and financially capable life through education, helping each one of us to realize our dreams at any age, at any point, starting from today. Where success is not just spoken, it is done. Welcome our executive producer, Andre, subbing in on air to today until our host, and well, he might be actually our co-host for the day. So let him come on in and say hello. Andre, what's going on? How you doing?
I am here. Thankful. I'm doing good. How you doing, man?
I'm doing all right. You know, first of all,
blessings, man. Blessings.
Yes. I know today's topic is walking by faith, so I just have to continue, as always, giving my testimony, giving my testimony about what is happening. You know, this week, a lot of you out there got the message that it's 5 years, right? 5 years that I'm still here with us. And you've been through my struggles. All of you been through my struggles. So that means we've been on the air for a few years, Andre. That's about 5 years, I guess. We're on the air, right? If not more than that, right?
Yeah.
More than 5 years we've been on the air. So you've been through the struggles with me. You know, I want to give God thanks, right? And I say it all the time. I make zero apologies about my faith in God and what he has done to give me at least 5 more years on this earth, right? You know, I give God thanks, right? And I'm walking by faith. I remember Minister Corby, the moment my mother took me to Liberty Hall, which is where I grew up, the church, the Hall Cathedral of Praise, under the leadership of Bishop Scott. And I remember Minister Corby, her comment to me was, Ezekiel, I don't want to say the wrong scripture, but I think it's Ezekiel 16:6. And it says, he shall live and not die. And 5 years later, I'm still saying the same scripture. He shall live and not die. I thank God, but on earth, here, I've gotten a lot of help, right? A lot of help. My wife, my parents, my family, my friends. I got to give shout out to all of them, right? All of them for their support. Want to make a special shout out to my wife because I know being a caretaker is boy. They say sometimes the caretaker go first, because there's so much stress on them, and I know that at times I can be very stressful. So no, sometimes it's inadvertent. Sometimes
Strong personality, man.
No, but sometimes it's inadvertent, though, Andre.
I know.
You really don't get it sometimes. You understand what I'm saying? Like sometimes, I'm under so many medication, and I might ask my wife to do something.
Yeah.
Or I might ask the home health aide or ask my parents, but you might think it's a simple thing. You get what I'm saying? It might be very simple to you, but they might be tired. They might be stressed. They might have other things to do. And at that moment, it's a problem.
Yeah.
Right. You get what I'm saying? So kudos to my wife. Kudos, to my parents. My parents fly up here, boy, from Georgia. My dad, my mom. If I begin right here on the village, my villagers are big. We got a caller. Let's let me know. Make sure that we can hear them. Hello, caller.
Call from to accept.
All right. Hello. Good morning.
Good afternoon. I'm calling into the Mr. Daily Show, The Village.
Good afternoon. Can you hear Andre?
Mm-hmm.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, caller. Who's calling?
This is Garcia calling. Not your wife, Garcia.
Kumbaya, man. Kumbaya. Good evening again, villagers. Welcome, Garcia. How you doing?
I am doing excellent. I'm actually here enjoying a game of dominoes, about to drop some Six Love, but I heard you, and I heard the conversation that you were having about your illness, in other words.
Right.
And listen, while we want to say thank God, first and foremost.
Exactly.
But I oftentimes tell people, and I use you sometimes at my church as a testimony to say,
amen to that.
Where man ends, and this is important, where man ends is where God begins.
When you say that, Campbell, right? Garcia, when you say that, right? My doctor, Dr. Wang, if he heard me say these things right now, he'd be mad, right? Because he thinks like, oh, is he? I mean, I'm very thankful for Dr. Wang. And going back, I start saying that people come into my life at the right moments, right? At the right moments. I've learned not to be upset about anything, right? I could share another experience. But he likes to think like it's him that saved my life. He doesn't understand that he was a vessel that God sent that saved my wife.
Used by God.
Exactly. And Campbell, you know what I want to add to it too?
Yeah.
I got to give my wife some credit.
So true.
In there, Roderick.
So I beat you to it.
There.
Right? I'm going to tell you why I give her credit. You know how many wives who have walked away?
So true.
You know how many would have walked away? For less than that. The husband lose the job and some of them walk away.
Yes.
Right? So I got to give her some credit for that. Anyway, you were saying.
You know who else that we need to give credit?
Mm-hmm.
We need to give credit to Mr. Daly. Yourself as well.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Recognize your wife. And Roderick, I'm going to tell you that you're so blessed and you're so loved by many people, because I see people, even in the hospital, were flocking to you and bringing you natural herbs that's going to help to fight that disease. In addition
that's true.
to that, I'm going to say, give yourself some credit, because I have never seen you one day down and depressed. And I spent a lot of times around you. Oftentimes, when individuals are written off by science saying your life is going to end soon, they themselves, because of their mentality and the way that they think, sit home feeling depressed, stop living their life. You continue living even through the pain of your about. And I'm telling you, brother, if it wasn't for that will to live or wanting to live, I don't think you would have been here with us 5 years later. So while we thank everyone around you, you also have to give yourself credit for having that will to wanting to live.
I appreciate that. Garcia, you're so right? You're so correct with that, because one of the things I've learned not to ask myself, why me?
Mm-hmm.
That question I've never asked myself, why me? Right? And the other thing that I did too that a lot of people don't want to do, I spoke to therapists. I spoke to I got some help, not just prayer, not just spiritual help, but when I got sick and I found out in 2019, I had 3 sayings: mind, body, and soul. Mind, body, and soul. And I try to keep that. So yeah, you're absolutely correct. And I give God thanks.
My brother,
yeah,
what you're doing right now is you're setting an example for others out there.
Mm-hmm.
When we go through difficulties,
yes,
we still have to keep our head up, our chest out, and have faith in Christ.
Amen.
I'm going to say thank you for your testimony and for your story and the example that you're setting forth.
Yeah.
And at this point, I'm going to log off and just sit back and enjoy a game of domino while enjoying your show.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much, Garcia, for that phone call. That phone calls like these motivate me to continue living. So I appreciate that, and God bless. God bless. Enjoy your game of dominoes. I wish I could join you so I could beat you.
God bless your crew as well.
All right. God bless.
God bless you.
It's guys, again, please join us on The Village. We have a lot to talk about today, but we start off the show by further giving God thanks, right?
Amen.
And talk about it. One of the things, this show, and you could give a call in 347-746-6578. One of the things, Dr. Brian, and welcome for sitting in as well. Our co-hostess, the mostess, is here joining us. One of the things this show has helped me too, right? This show has been very helpful because I look forward to my Thursday, and I look forward to when I walk out in the community, somebody saying, hey, I saw you. I like the show. I enjoyed it. Everybody, please call in, make your comments. We're going to talk about today. And again, I am so elated 5 years later.
Yes, Lord.
People made it. It's number 3 leading cause of death, and of all cancers per year. But think about a very interesting stat, Dr. Brian. Every year, 66,000 people is expected to get pancreatic cancer. 6,000 people, right? Of the 66,000 people, 55,000 is expected to die within the first 3 months.
Wow.
Right? Because of the level that you catch it. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not telling you my story for you to feel sorry for me. I'm telling you my story, 1, to thank God, and 2, for you to take care of yourself.
And as a testimony,
right.
Also, because a lot of time people think, hey, when I get sick, it's the end of the world. You show people different. You're one that never stay sitting one place.
Yeah.
You'll leave the hospital and then travel the next day.
Yeah.
So, Some people might not like it, but guess what? You're living your life.
Yeah,
Some
you know,
people retire and they don't go nowhere.
yeah.
But here it is. This man struggled. He went through all types of stuff. But guess what? You kept living.
Yeah.
And that's the true testament to people that in spite, like Garcia said, in spite of everything, just keep going.
You want to hear something funny? When I used to travel, my doctor's like, where you going? You can't go. Like, I don't care, doc, I'm going. So now the doctor's like, where you going next? So I'm like,
they sick and tired of asking you, right?
You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna move on because there are a lot of things to talk about, a lot of topics, a lot of conversation. I want to talk about the craziness that happened in Midtown. Let's start with that.
That is unbelievable.
Now, this is why
here we go. Here we
know,
go.
Right?
Here we go.
I know. This is why I believe in the Second Amendment rights, and what Kathy Hochul is doing, I can't support.
What is she doing?
Tell you inability to own a gun. You see, the man might have died, no matter what.
When did she say that? When did she say that? Just recently?
No, she continued, and I keep bringing up this. Is the victims, the guy that shot him, right?
Mm-hmm.
We know more than likely he had an illegal weapon because, first of all, he had a silencer, right? He had a silencer, and silencers are illegal, right? The utmost respect to your wife, Garcia.
That is so
true.
true.
A testament of showing what the vows she took really means, and she has demonstrated that in sickness
and in
health through death do us part. It's all about. I'm learning from her.
Amen.
Amen to that.
You know what?
Thank you, Star Girl, for that.
That's so true. When I think of Garcia and she's traveling with the kids, she's running to the hospital, whatever. It is a lot to be a caretaker of your family, elderly family, sick individual, running back and forth. It takes a toll, a huge toll on the individual, on their family. So not only your wife is going through, your kids go through, and when you go through the hospital, we feel it at the village. We really feel it.
True. You know,
so
I try to log on. Right. Sometimes I'm just so weak. I can't even do anything about it. You know,
and she goes back and forth to the hospital. The days I can make it, I make it, but it's something.
And by the way, you know, not just my wife, right? But
it's the whole
like
community.
$40 to park.
Yeah. It's a
So
whole
yeah. So my villagers, I appreciate you.
The
right?
village. You
right?
have to have a village throughout life.
Yo, it's $40 to park. So for you just to come to visit, it's $40 to park unless you come on a Sunday, right? And then parking is hard as hell, right? Parking is hard.
Now congestion pricing.
And now they want to put congestion pricing back. You know, but you know, going back to what we were talking about, right? It is crazy. It is crazy.
Yeah. That
a 50-year-old man. First of all, there are a couple of issues I have in my head, so I want to talk about some of them. One, and then we can, as I talk about them, I'm going to be quiet and let you guys have some of that conversation. I'll try to chime in. One, right? He's lay waiting there for several hours. Two, the man makes $10 million a year. Why doesn't he have a bodyguard? Right? $10.3 million a year. He's worth $50 million for the 5th ranked company on the S&P 500. Right? That's 2. 3, why does the governor and the mayor don't want guns in Midtown? I mean, that man might not have lived, but between the first and second shot, the gun stuck. Between the second and the third shot, the gun stuck. Between the third and the fourth shot, the gun stuck.
What do you mean stuck?
Like if you
Trigger
watch
doesn't
the
go off.
video,
I didn't watch the video. I can't watch that.
as you watch the video, the man, look, you ready?
Yeah, the video didn't really show like it going
No,
off.
it showed. So
Oh,
here's
so
what
unless I watch
happened
a
in the
different video.
right? You could see the man passes the killer. The man passes the killer. And while he's about 20 to 25 feet away, the man, good job, well done, Garcia. Excellent. Thank you for recognizing her. Right? The shooter takes out the gun and shoots him in the back. Boom, first shot. The man stumbles forward about 5 feet. Right? He stumbles forward about 5 feet. The gun jams. Right? Right? The gun jams. So the man might not have lived. He might not have lived still. What I'm understanding is that the first shot was the killer shot, right? Because I guess it pierced the heart. But at least he could have pulled his gun if he was able to carry a gun in New York City. Right?
But yeah, but why wasn't the security people with him? He had security.
That's what we started.
He had none.
That's one of the questions that I
He
had.
doesn't
They had a security team assigned to him.
No.
Why did he leave without the security team?
He didn't have a security team assigned to him.
Yeah, yes, he did.
He did?
Yes,
I
he
read
did.
that he didn't
I
have
heard,
any
no,
security.
actually, no, you know what? That's not true. I heard that he did have a person, but he chose to walk by himself because he felt like it was okay.
Okay.
I heard that part too, but I also heard he didn't have one.
Yeah, I read that he didn't have one.
There's so many mixed messages, but one thing is that you can't do anything, man. There's so many cameras, facial recognition. They got him with his mask off at some hotel. So eventually, they're going to put him in the FBI database, and eventually, he's going to come up with a hit at some point in time.
So I want to put a theory out there. Who do you
What's that?
think asked for the hit? Because it was clearly an assassination.
Well, here's the thing.
I'm sorry, Doc. Go ahead.
I like to speculate and start
they
a rumor on
put
the show.
The
Just telling you
person
all
there was wording on the bullets.
Yeah,
So it was
defend-
someone who was angry.
Right. Defend something else. They're coming up
Defend, depose,
I forgot what the third word was, but there was
defend, depose, and deny.
Yeah.
Yes. Right.
Defend,
Defend,
depose, deny.
depose,
Right.
deny. Yeah. Right.
So it's a message. It's a message. And there's so many things
All right.
that they're saying in regards to
Call from
also money that he had transferred.
Right. Yeah.
They were talking about something where he had transferred some stock options
Before
2
the
weeks
meeting.
Right.
before notice or something like that. Yeah,
Hold on,
something like
let's
that.
go to the caller, John and Joanne. Caller, you're live. Caller, you're live. Hello, caller.
Yes, hello.
Yes, go ahead. You're live on the Village.
Well, Felix, who is?
Who this?
This is the Village Radio Talk Show. You hung up. Go ahead, John. You were saying.
That's funny.
What was I saying?
No, we were talking about the transfer of monies that he had done.
Oh, yeah, it was the transfer of money, not monies. There was basically there was some stocks that he sold before there was a notice about something, and I think he netted like $15 million or something like that. But I think more so, I think it's a bad with insurance companies. They probably denied somebody's claim. A family member lost their lives, and something to that effect. But this was definitely a targeted hit. Targeted.
Yeah. When you saw it, he took him out. He took him out. The man that
especially the person having a silence at that.
Mm-hmm. Right. I mean, the question, John, you know what that reminded me of when the government interrupted when that woman drove from Texas to Maryland in the Pampers. You remember that a few years ago, 10, 15 years ago? I think she was an astronaut, right?
Yes.
You remember
Yes.
she drove from one end from Texas to New York nonstop in her Pampers and peed in the Pampers.
What?
Yeah.
To what she killed she shoot someone.
No, she didn't
right?
kill him. She didn't get a chance to kill him. I think she was interrupted. She was interrupted by the feds or the cops from causing the event to happen, right? And so that didn't happen.
Yes,
But she drove from Texas to New York. I'm trying to remember. I think he was a NASA employee, right? In a love triangle, right? It was in Love Triangle in 2018, right? Lisa Novak is her name, right? Lisa Novak. She drove from Houston, Texas.
Oh, I'm gonna be there next week. Not Houston, but Texas.
Yeah, the astronaut love triangle that led to adult diapers and battery.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
Doc, don't bring any guns back from Texas now.
You know.
Well,
Yeah,
Roderick is always asking for something, so maybe.
Well, I can't borrow your gun. So.
And don't cross the border either. Go get some
I just came back from Mexico actually for Thanksgiving. That was, happy birthday to my brother. He went out. And speaking of birthday, my twin boys have birthday on Saturday.
God bless them, man. God bless them.
Yes.
They becoming, well, they're not twin boys.
And also, I don't know if we said it. I'm sorry I'm late, but I'm just doing some work. But also, congratulations on your 5th year anniversary, my friend.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you. We did. We talked about that for a little.
Well, I just want to get mine in. I just want to, you're the true epitome of what we call having faith, man.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that. We will
continue. You're still a pain in the ass.
Love it, man.
I know.
Love it. Also, on Sunday would be what would have been my grandmother's 103rd birthday.
God bless her.
She died at 94 8 years ago. So she would have been 103 on Saturday. And today is my father-in-law's birthday. Just realized that. He's also big up Lenford Charles Johnson on your birthday today. So big up to you as well. So
Sagittarius is in the house.
Sagittarius in the house, man. Sagittarius.
Yeah, my sister's birthday was last week. Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
The birthday series begin.
Yeah, there's a lot of birthdays. A lot of birthdays popping up on my page. I saw that. So happy birthday to all the Saggies out there. So John, that goes back to the question for me. Like that poor, and imagine what that poor lady, the stress that she's under. Right? The one that was in the video that ran when the first shot went off.
Oh, I didn't know that. Really? Okay.
Yeah, there was a lady on the right. Look, when you're looking at the video, right? She's on the right of the shooter. So when he fired the first shot and the gun stuck, she gained her bearings and she ran. She literally ran from the situation. So good luck to her. And I know she's right now scared out of the bejesus. I don't even think she will go to work right now. Because she don't know if that killer.
You don't know, man.
But you know what? There was also a person in their car that saw everything happen.
Yeah, tried to film it too. Tried to film it, but it couldn't.
You tried to film it?
Yeah, try to see, just film it. But then it's just amazing the way that the cameras all throughout the city caught him going through Central Park. They were able to follow him to a hotel, to a hostel. What is it? Hostel?
Hostel. Yeah.
What's that? Isn't that a hotel?
It's like a cheap hotel. Yeah. It's a cheap hotel. It's like when you're traveling from place to place, you just need like a night stay. You stay at a hostel.
But then he dropped water. He dropped water and his phone. I think a cell phone.
But it was a burner phone.
It was a burner phone. But they still can see what
Here's
he's
something
in.
interesting too, John. Here's something interesting too. He was on a city bike.
Fingerprint. Well, you know
They
what?
they thought it was a city bike.
Oh, okay.
They thought it was a city bike because if it was a city bike, there's possibility you had to register it.
Yeah. Right. So yeah, we were in a deep conversation last night. That was crazy. The more I think about it, I think about the craziness, right? I think about the craziness. Hey, first of all, Benev, I just want to big you up, by the way. You know, I call you our village pessimist, which you are, right? I love it. I love it. You keep us correct. You keep us on the show, especially John. You keep him on the straight and narrow. So I appreciate you, Benev, and thank you, Tanisha, for joining us. I'm still waiting for our date, Tanisha. You know, our boys are supposed to come hang out, right? So, you know, Noah, Quincy, Cooper, and Grayson need to hang out. So, you know, it's up to you. You know, the other thing, P. Diddy was denied again.
A third time
For bail.
Third time's a charm.
You know, somebody made a statement to me. So I makes sense. What if he's found guilty and he spent not guilty, and he has spent all this time in jail? How does he get it back?
He doesn't.
You don't get it back, my friend.
Yeah,
you don't get it back.
Served, that's it.
Right.
Not even time served. He's not guilty. He does not get it back, man. But you know what? The not guilty verdict would make up for all that time, man. So
yeah, John Iceberg Slim is
my man Paul from the neighborhood. What's up?
Yeah, he's giving you a nice little shout out. I know you can't see it, so I'll tell you. He, you know, saying what's up.
That's my man Paul, man. Back in the day, we lived on the same block for many, many years, man.
We're in Brownsville?
No, over there, yeah, on Thomas Boylan.
Yeah, that's Brownsville, dude.
Yeah.
Because I know you grew up in Brownsville. You grew up in the hood like me.
No, hold on. You know, technically, if we being technically, we lived on the block Thomas Boylan. That is the end of Canarsie.
No, man. Which part of on the side of Linden?
On the side of Linden, going back to East 98th Street, that is what we call Canarsie.
That's not Canarsie. That's Remsen Village.
Yes, it is. Our zip code is 11236.
Brethren, I represent that damn community, so I know what it is. It's Remsen.
Our zip code is 11236, my friend.
I know what the zip code is, but it's called Remsen Village. And you represented it for years, and you don't know that?
Brother, that's the end of Canarsie.
It is
Thomas Boylan between Linden Boulevard, East 98th Street is the end of Canarsie, my friend.
I bet you $100.
I bet you. I don't even say 100. I bet you 1,000, brother.
All right, because I need to pay for the birthday party.
Yeah, I bet you 1,000.
All right, so dude,
112. The zip code is 11236. And what's 11236? What's the zip code for Brownsville?
Hold on, dude. My zip code is 11234. Right? You know what my neighborhood is called?
What's it called?
Flatland.
Okay.
You know what 11234 also is?
What?
Mill Basin. Because it's the same zip code as
my zip code 11236 is the end of Canarsie, my
it's part right.
Borderline. You cross Linden Boulevard is Brownsville. Thank you.
Village.
No, it's not Remsen Village, my friend. Remsen Village goes to East 98th Street and Avenue B, going all the way up to Remsen Avenue. That's Remsen Village. Thank you, sir.
That's also 11236, John.
1123. That's the 11236.
You know where 11236? You know where 11236 stop at?
Where?
Ralph Avenue.
Okay, Ralph Avenue.
Ralph Avenue.
Well, Over there on the Thomas, that slither on Thomas Boyle East 96 is called the tail end of Canarsie. Thank you.
If you go down Ralph Avenue, right? If you go down Ralph Avenue, once you pass, so Flatlands, right? And Ralph, once you go west on Ralph Avenue, 11236 stops. And it goes all the way from Canarsie.
But Roger, you're saying that slither, Thomas Boylan between Linden Boulevard and East 96 is called Brownsville. No, it's not.
I didn't say Brownsville.
It's the end of, and the reason I know why, because when I was going to zoning for school, I didn't have to go to Brownsville. I just made it within. No,
you're quiet. You're silent. We didn't hear you. Right.
Okay.
I'm saying we all, you know what? The funny thing, we all grew up saying, John, we all grew up saying that it was Canarsie. We all grew up saying that. Right. I said it too growing up because of the zip code. But when I became part of the community board, I start now recognizing that different areas had different names. Like I didn't even know anything about Rugby, right? No, Remsen Village is not 11212. No, Tanisha. 11212 is Brownsville. That you're wrong about. That's where Brownsville start. Brownsville and part of East Flatbush is 11212. Remsen Village is 11236. I know that factually, right? Because I didn't even know Ditmas Park, the real name of Ditmas Park, because we grew up saying Ditmas Park all our lives, right? To find out that the damn name of the street of the park is Railroad Park. I didn't know that crap. And up till this
Railroad Park, I never knew. I always knew it as Ditmas Park.
Exactly. That's the point I'm making. Right? That's the point I'm making.
Brother, just because you make that point, don't mean your ass is right.
But that's the point of what I'm trying to say. That's the point of what I'm trying to say. Right?
Right.
Is that we all grew up saying it was Canarsie.
Right.
Right. It's Remsen Village. That's where it is. Right? Remsen Village. Remember, Remsen Village, just like Flatlands, is named close to the damn street. Right? So, but you know what? Tanisha, you and I and John all went to my 11. I feel you, Tanisha. But what are the cross streets? And do Remsen Village, what are the cross streets? Right? Since you say it's 11212. Right? Unless
hey, brother Roderick, I got to step off for about a half an hour. I'll be right back in. All right.
All right. We're talking about. Oh, sorry. I caught you eating. I caught you slipping. Let's just call it all it. Yeah. It's all Brooklyn for real. The next thing, so I was saying the next big topic that we want to talk about, and we have this diverse. If you're a Republican, you look at it one way. If you're a Democrat and you want to take the moral high ground, you look at it one way. We can't stick together. Democrats can't stick together. So we already know that you're going to have mixed views as Democrats. Joe Biden pardoned his son, Hunter Biden. Democrats are like he's a liar. I'm so simple say, he simply changed his mind. He just changed his mind.
But you know what? I'm
gonna tell you right now. I have 5 boys.
We would have did the same thing.
I would have done the same damn thing.
John had said, what? It's so funny. If we replay back when he said he wasn't gonna pardon his son, John was like, "No, he's gonna pardon his son. He will, and I should too." And I'm glad he did, because
he did.
They would have railroaded his child.
let me tell you something. Let me tell you this. Donald Trump said, I am going to pardon these people.
Yep.
Right? These people that caused the insurrection, that killed police officers, killed people, caused millions of dollars worth of damage. Not to mention the psychological
good
damage.
Boys. They're the good old boys.
Right? Not to mention the psychological damage, right? That happened to all of these elected officials, including Mike Pence, the vice president.
Mm-hmm. Eddie Gentile said, good for Joe.
Good for Joe. I agree.
He's
right?
like, I got 1 month left, my son. You're going to be okay.
Yeah.
I agree.
I agree. It's like, what is your...
Up top.
It's not like your son was... See, for me, if my son was charged with murder...
Yes, we would. And I'm glad...
If my son was charged for murder, he was a serial rapist, certain heinous crimes, I wouldn't do it.
Mm-hmm. Unless
I can move him to like a halfway house, not a halfway house, a house where he has a little bit more freedom, but he's denied freedom to walk on the streets every day.
Here's the thing. So we use P. Diddy as an example. The case is being trial by one of the prosecutors, one of the attorney general that is in the Southern District of Long Island. But he's about to step down, I think next week or something. Will they still continue to pursue it? Because a lot of the charges that was brought up by the Southern District of Long Island, I wonder what's going to happen. Will they continue those charges, especially since they're switching and turning over?
Yes. The charges are not going to go anywhere.
I don't know. So
no, they don't do that. So remember, people retire, cases continue. What happens is whoever's in charge is going to move the caseload to somebody else. Somebody else is going to
maybe not.
No, not maybe not.
Well, it's some of the things with Trump.
It's too much of a high-profile case.
Well, Trump was a high-profile case, and guess what happened?
What I'm saying to you is that the P. Diddy situation is a too high a profile case
for them to let it go.
For them to move it. It's not a small.
And he wasn't good friends with Donald Trump. So
I don't think that says he's not charged with with white collar crime, right? He's not charged with what they consider to be white collar crimes. He's charged with some serious felony, and so highly doubt that he would not be charged with anything. People have Michelle G. People have to stop acting like these are traditional Republicans. A convicted felon is the president-elect. Biden has every right to pardon his son and anyone else he wants. Don't forget that President-elect Trump, at the end of his first term, pardoned a lot of people, including some questionable people.
His father-in-law, right?
He pardoned his father-in-law, right? So that's the hypocrisy, that part of the hypocrisy, right? He pardoned his father-in-law, and now he made his father-in-law, and right? My head just keeps turning, right? Because a black man can barely get a job, right? Can barely get a job with a felony record on his case. Convicted and set free. But a convicted felon that was pardoned by the president, right? I'm not talking about Trump being a convicted felon, right? But I'm talking about a convicted felon.
Well, he gives hope to all the convicted
No,
felons.
he doesn't. Because it's who. It's who. People got to understand that. It's the who. His father-in-law is now has one of the highest jobs in the world.
Yes, the one the convicted felon he released.
Yeah.
He pardoned.
He pardoned is now the ambassador to France. That's a big job.
Does he have any idea what to do?
What do you mean? Well, I told people it's all administrative. Like a lot of these jobs are just administrative. Remember, you have a staff, you have a meeting, you have a staff meeting, you have a conversation. Your job as the leader is to have a vision. Your staff is to allow that vision to materialize. If your staff, like you in your role, you have a staff, right? You're going to give them a directive, right? I want to see an increase 5% in students, right? In students' attendance. That's your vision, right? How are we going to get it done? You're going to sit down. The ambassador to France is Jared Kushner's dad, right? The ambassador to France is Jared Kushner's dad, right?
That's coming up,
right?
In January.
In January, if he's appointed, if he's he got
the yes people, the whole yes committee. Yes.
One of the issues that you're going to have, Dr. Bryant, is that the Congress has gotten closer to each other, right? So with California, the Congress, the Democrats gained 2 seats in California, right, for a net gain of 1, right? But 8 Democrats lost their seats in the South, but they have a net gain of 1. Well, let me stay on topic for a minute. That what we're talking about is Joe Biden has all rights to pardon his son, but we have to understand that the Republicans, the narrative is the same. Donald Trump was falsely convicted, and he was very clear about who he was going to pardon. Whereas their argument is Joe Biden lied.
Guess what? The man could change his mind. So what?
That's my point.
So what?
That is my point.
Just like Trump lies all the time. He lies.
Perfect.
Look, Trump lies. Every word that come out that man's mouth is a lie. Lie.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know that he lies all the time, but he does lie.
He does.
When you fact
He is
check.
You look up the dictionary of liar, and he takes the cake.
To me, Trump plays on what
the victim
you want to hear, right? I want to talk about something, and we're working out with Congresswoman Clark to get a schedule in. Hopefully, she can make it, soon, right? I want to talk about, people keep saying that Donald Trump can't denaturalize individuals. So let's talk about that. If you want to call in, it's 347-746-6598. Again, 347-746-6598. Call in, make your comment, say hello. We could talk about anything that has talked about before. Trump making an attempt to denaturalize. So forget about the immigrants, the migrants. Can he do it? The answer is yes. But the only way that he can do it, to me, the answer is yes.
Okay.
To a lot of other people, they're saying the answer is no. Why do I think the answer is yes, he can do it? Because what you need to do is put the people in place that's going to, remember what I said earlier, a couple minutes ago. A leader has a vision.
That's true.
And I'm going to put people in place who can make
Carry out your vision.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So what are these people you need to put in place? DOJ, Attorney General, FBI.
You think he's going to go after Letitia James?
He can't. He can't. I mean, can he? Yes. Remember? Yes. Yes. I think he could.
Remember, he went after. I think he is one of the ones that went after Cuomo.
Why would he be after Cuomo?
Because when COVID happened, everyone was tuning into Cuomo for presidential experience, where Donald Trump had nothing.
Yeah.
Because they started to even talk about him being president.
But I don't think he gonna go. See the Star Girl, I love you. Has a master's. So people don't understand, a master's degree in lying. He received it from the G building at Kings County.
The what?
That is funny as hell. You're talking about the president-elect, Star Girl.
Thank you, Star Girl.
That's kind of funny.
The G building.
What did Michelle say? Michelle said that he has.
And yes, he
lies
lies all the time.
Capitalize the word all, right?
Yeah, because everything that comes out his mouth is a lie. A lie.
Yeah, it's hard to believe him though. But you know, the reality of the situation is, it would be a very hard task, right? It would be a very hard task for him to denaturalize the citizens.
You know what? I don't pass nothing by this man.
But I don't pass anything by this. He has a 6-3 lead in the Supreme Court, and of those 6, 3 of them he appointed.
So it's the Yes Committee, like I mentioned to you.
Yeah, and
it's the yes.
I don't know who said it. A Republican said it.
Carla said he can start with his wife. Oh,
yeah, but remember, White is right, right? White is right. Remember,
his wife. His wife is not even
Melania. But think about it, though. Think about it for a second. Let's think about this for a second. He has very far right individuals. His cabinet
is all white except one.
You know what's interesting? In his last cabinet, he appointed Dr.
Ben.
What?
Ben Tucker or Ben something?
Ben Carson. He appointed Dr. Ben Carson as head of HUD, the only black man at the highest position as secretary. Guess what he did again? He appointed another black man as the head of HUD. What does that say? He's making a statement where you belong.
Only one position.
Only one position, head of HUD. That is funny to me. I thought about that.
Is it really? It's not. There's nothing funny about the stupidity.
There couldn't be Secretary of State, Secretary of Defense. We're not qualified. You know, people don't watch things.
Right.
They don't watch a lot of
societal things. They don't pay attention.
They don't pay attention. They make comments and don't realize, you know, what he's doing. So that's very interesting. But you know what? The other part of that is congratulations to him. I want to make sure that I'm clear.
To who?
President Trump. Congratulations. He's hey, however you feel, whatever you want to say, the man won his race. Right? He didn't cheat. Right?
You don't know that.
No, he didn't cheat. He might have lied. Wait, hold on. He might have lied. Right? He might have lied. But he didn't cheat.
You don't know that.
Well, you can say whatever you want. But people voted. People voted, and there were so many. You know, Tanisha, 100%. I'm sorry, I interrupted myself. Carson could have been the Surgeon General or head of CDC. Absolutely, because he was more than qualified.
But he don't see him like that.
I might not agree with his political philosophy, but he's not dead. He is a brilliant man. Brilliant. And he knows medicine. So he qualifies for CDC, right? So at the end of the day, you know, I just keep wondering, what is our value? You know, the other thing, I guess is those conversation, the black jobs. You know, I want to get
hands indeed.
You know, I want to give. So today my health aide came, right, and she's from Venezuela. You know, the criminals, right? The criminals from Venezuela. My health aide worked her behind off today. I'm gonna give her a shout out.
All right.
These people that he wants to deport want to work. I'm full for deporting every single. No, he didn't pay people.
Yes, he did. Elon Musk, he did.
No, he did not.
Not to vote for him, but they said
no. What he did was, he had a raffle for people to vote for him. But let's be honest, a lot of black people, especially black men, didn't vote for Kamala Harris because we didn't want to see a woman in leadership. We didn't come out and vote for Hillary either.
Now this
right?
is,
let's be clear.
This is bizarre.
Right? When Geraldine Ferraro ran in the 80s, we didn't vote for them either. So let's just be clear. And then you had a lot of women, white women, who surprisingly, who surprisingly also didn't vote for Kamala Harris. Women didn't vote for him, right? Women didn't vote for him. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
No, I didn't say black men didn't vote. That's not what I said. That's white women voted too. The country's made up of,
right,
70% of people who think they're white. I didn't say they didn't vote for him. I'm saying that a lot of them did not.
Yep.
A lot of them.
They said they didn't want to vote. They didn't want to go and vote.
A lot of them didn't vote, or they stayed out of the race. Right.
But you know what? Not voting makes it even worse. We're going backwards.
Yeah. But I mean, for me, right, you get what you get. What I tell people all the time, don't complain about Donald Trump.
If you're not going to go out to vote.
Donald Trump is the president-elect of the United States. Period. He has an agenda that the people who decided to stay out of the race and the people, right, who voted for him wanted to see in place. That's it. That's why I say congratulations to him. Right? Congratulations to him. People, the uncommitted in Michigan. You know, it's funny, like people were calling in to change their votes. Why? You already voted. Why you want to change? People are saying, how do I change my vote? What do you mean by how the hell are you changing your vote? You already voted. Right? When you walked in there, You knew what you were doing. I agree with you, Dr. Bootfly. Right? It's a real vote.
Mhm.
That is. Oh, by the way, I forgot. Happy birthday to my big cousin, Dr. Una S.T. Clark. She had a birthday this week, and she has a big event, a birthday celebration on Saturday. I wish I was able to go. It's also my twin boy's birthday, like I said, so I can't go out. So big up to Christian and Carter, and they're big
Happy birthday,
wonderful
guys.
birthdays as well. But congratulations to, happy birthday to Dr. Una Clark.
Happy birthday.
Right. But the reality is the situation is, Empress Danielle, yeah. That's my cousin. It's interesting,
I
because
love to see Empress.
huh?
Empress, where are you today? Because she's like you traveling all over.
Where you
All
coming
over.
from? That's
You
true.
guys are competing. Is that it?
Happy bro. Oh, happy bro, young bros. Oh, right. She said happy birthday to the boys. It's the Dem have to take the page out of the Republican playbook and start looking at future candidates for the party now. I think Kamala should run again. I think she should. I don't see why she shouldn't. I think it all depends, right? It all depends on what President-elect Trump does.
Oh,
Right?
please.
You're in Key West. Yo, you were just in Boston. You're just in Thailand, in the Philippines, in Thailand, and now you're in Key West.
You see?
Seriously?
Living the life.
Wow. I want to be like you when I grew up, Empress.
Me too.
I want to be like you, boy.
Mm.
I know Nicola definitely wants to be like you. I have another friend like that, actually, Lorraine travels all over the world. So like I said, congratulations to him. We'll see what the next 4 years is like. All right. In 2029, God's willing, I think I'm going to throw my hat back in the ring, Dr. Brian. What do you think? I'm dead serious. I've been debating.
You gonna throw back you gonna go back?
Yeah, I think I'm going to try.
Okay. Well, I think you got listeners and followers that see your work and go for it.
2029, I think I'm going to run for city council. God's willing, if I'm still, if God, what depends on what God has decided. I don't know, but 2029, I definitely.
All right.
I've
you
been
heard it
debating
here first.
I've been debating it, so I think I'm going to do it. What do you guys think out there? Harvey Weinstein is back in the hospital. I don't know why people are so interested in Harvey Weinstein. Thank you, Nicola, for that. Right. So thank you. 2029 daily. Yeah. All right. Are you coming to my birthday party, Nicola?
Oh, look. Oh, I love this.
What happened?
Look at Eddie.
I'll help you get the Italian votes. Look at you, Eddie. You go, boy.
I love it.
Right. I don't know why people are interested in Harvey Weinstein, but let you guys know out there.
There's a fascination for people, like you said, high profile going down. And the thing is, they believe he should get services. He should be taken care of while he's in prison.
Right.
And he's not. So he ended up getting worse.
Right. And oh, by the way, my birthday party, I haven't finalized yet.
You heard it here, ladies and gentlemen. He takes
I haven't
forever.
finalized. I really haven't finalized. No, not Domino, my birthday party. For those of you who can't see, Tanisha wrote Domino fundraiser. No, my birthday party. I haven't decided yet. But I think February it would be February 1st, right? February 1st would be
Mhm.
my birthday. But I'm gonna tell everybody right now, if I do decide to do it, you have to RSVP. First 100. I'm leaving 30 seats to my family. So
30.
So you might have 130, 140 seats. Last time I had a birthday party, the 140 seats sold out in an hour.
Well, one thing I know is make sure you have a dance floor because I want to go and celebrate and dance. Okay, that's all.
Yeah, so 2029 is the next cycle for city council. So yeah, I'm only doing 30. I'm only doing RSVP now for 2. You're gonna have to once I finalize with my wife, if she says yes, I might actually look for a different space. Maybe I'll do more. If I get a larger number, I will do a little bit more. Right. Hey, you need to. Eddie. Unfortunately, last time at a party, Eddie was making a U-turn, and some idiot driving down Utica Avenue like 100 miles an hour ran right into Eddie's car, and he had a terrible accident.
Wow.
Right. Maybe I'll think about it. Maybe I'll change the space, but right now it's 150 people. You think 50? That's a lot, TK. That's a lot. Well, we'll see. I mean, I'm not. It's February.
Well, you know what?
My actual birthday is the 25th, and it is a Saturday. So, we'll see. I think we'll see. We'll see. I'm gonna speak to my wife. I'm gonna speak to my wife. She has. My wife is the one that's gonna have the final decision. So what is it? Actually, it's Stargirl +2, not even +1. It's Stargirl +2.
And then Tanisha wrote, make it clear she's RSVPing for 2. Yeah. That is funny.
That is
funny. Oh
funny.
my goodness.
I think about maybe changes because my birthday is on a Saturday on the 25th, and it would be a good.
I love it. So right. you gotta love. You have to love the listeners. My God. So
I want to talk about something else. So I'm telling TK. So TK, I hope you want to be on the planning committee. I'm recruiting people to be on the planning committee for the party.
Okay. Right? I'm glad you're talking about that, but there is something important that a couple of weeks back, I would say last month, there is walking pneumonia going around.
Oh yes, that is true.
And I remember when I took my daughter to the doctor back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
She, thank God, she didn't have it, but a couple of the kids have walking pneumonia. So with this crazy weather that's going on, young people, especially my kids too, they think that, hey, I'm gonna wear a thin jacket. It snowed yesterday, a little flurry today. This weather is upside down. So please, folks, be careful. There's a lot of people that's out there that's sick and you don't know it. The CDC had reported a rise in cases of walking pneumonia. It's a less severe form of pneumonia that's still contagious. So please, please, please know that if somebody has walking pneumonia, you can catch it.
Yeah.
So the rise has public health concern, especially during the winter month. People are gathering, they're going, they're, especially with schools too. You don't know who have what. So symptoms.
Wait, hold on. Go back. Empress, what do you say? I don't. What did we say that you said? I heard. The answer is no. I heard. Laugh out loud. What is the no? I don't know. I got lost. You got right. It's 3 of us. and so you're down to 41. No, I'm not down to 147 because Nicola said it's Nicola. That's 146. Tanisha is 2. That's 145. So, and TK said I got to put, instead of doing 30 for family, I got to do 50. So that makes it down to 140, 120 something actually.
Okay, can I go back to my CDC?
Yes, go ahead.
All right. So the symptoms include a persistent cough,
Yes.
fatigue, mild fever, often mistaken for a cold or flu. So if you have any of those that I just mentioned, take yourself to the doctor's office.
And cover your mouth. Right?
So,
Cover your mouth when you're coughing, man. You know, people like coughing and don't cover their mouth and start touching other stuff and passing the germs on. You know, it's serious, right? It's serious. It's serious because it's airborne, right? It's very much airborne. And you don't know where people are, right? You don't know what.
yeah, you don't know who have what. They come hang out with you or whatever, and boom, you got it now.
And
then you're sharing it with your family and friends.
You know, so that's, you know, people have to respect, you know, have a little respect for other people and respect yourself.
Yeah, and if you're sick, stay away from people who are not. You
know, I got a little text message that said count me in, so I don't know what's going. We have to know exactly. You know, none said the best. Mask up, right? Ventilation is also important too. Absolutely, absolutely important. A lot of things that, you know, sometimes you could do so many. And here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. You might do something, right? I'm sorry. Tanisha, you're on a roll. I will quarantine until the party. That's what I'm talking about, girl. When do people learn to cover coughs, wash hands and warm water and soap, and stay home when you're sick? That's who. Parents, keep your damn kids home, man.
They're not gonna do that.
Right?
Jeez.
You know, take a. You know what? You know, as I'm saying that, and Nicola's making that point. You know, one of the things I ask this question all the time, right? Which is very interesting, right? Why is it that you can take 2 or 3 days off to do foolishness, but you can't take 2 or 3 days off to take care of the school needs of your children? Think about it. A lot of our kids don't do very well because we don't take care of school needs. And that's a simple thing. You know your child is sick. You have a certain amount of days off. Take them. Take 2 days. I mean, don't take a month, but take 2 days. Nurse them, give them their medication, blah, 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 blah. You know, remind them to whatever. Remind them to wear masks, right? You know, a terrible situation happened in Brooklyn. My borrow, right? Oh, wait, let's go to Jamaica for a minute before I even have that comment.
We also need some commercial too.
Oh yeah, Andre, you there? You want to do a commercial real fast?
Are sent to school on a regular basis. Yes,
right.
Footprints Cafes now offers Caribbean flatbreads, available in 11 mouth-watering flavors, including favorites like jerk chicken, curry chicken, honey garlic chicken or shrimp, ackee and saltfish, garlic cheese, and more. Our flatbreads are satisfying and can be enjoyed by the entire family. So make it a flatbread night at Footprints and enjoy the fusion of flavors. These flatbreads are so good, you might just have to fight for that last piece. Good thing there's plenty more where that came from. Get yours today from any of our Footprints locations. Want to enjoy your flatbread at home? Then order on Uber Eats and get it delivered right to your door. We'll see you there.
Howard Housing Solution today for all your real estate needs. Sellers, we can get top dollar for your home, and our vast network of professionals can facilitate your move and help you purchase your dream home in another state. Buyers, we have a pulse on the market and can get you in a home quickly. Property owners, we can manage your property efficiently and allow you peace of mind. So why wait? Call Howard Housing Solutions today at 646-825-5560 for your sale, purchase, or property management needs. Conveniently located in East New York, Brooklyn. You can come to us at 577 New Lots Avenue, Brooklyn, New York, or we can visit in the comfort of your home. Call Howard Housing Solutions today at 646-825-5560. Howard Housing Solutions. Real estate simplified.
Want to get your personal income tax, business corporate tax, self-employment tax, quarterly tax, payroll tax, or sales tax filing done professionally?
Yeah.
Call U.S. Bear LLC 718-676-0519 and take the worry out of your personal and business life. Tax compliance issues should be left to the pros. So when you want your business to grow, call the pros because a successful business matters. U.S. Bear LLC also handles accounting, bookkeeping, business startups, consultation, real estate, and many more services. Call U.S. Bear LLC 718-676-0519 and ask for Howard DaCosta, CEO, to book a 1-hour evaluation at no cost to you. Take remote control of all your needs and U.S. Bear LLC will follow your lead. Want to work but don't have a social security number? Yes! Find out about getting a tax ID to pay your taxes. Call U.S. Bear LLC or log on to www.usbear.com. Team up for success.
Bye.
So I was, let me see. I was hearing regarding about the CEO, and I also thought that was like inside something was sus with it.
You know what? I need you to, can you share with our listeners about the stock market and what caused it to hit 100? Is it 100,000 today in regards to the stock market because of Bitcoin?
Yeah, I mean, so many factors. You know, Bitcoin hit 100K people. Everybody was waiting for it. Some people didn't think it was gonna hit 100K. But I do think the rallying of the market, and since September, when the Fed not only lowered interest rate, but then now people were expecting it to run once Trump got in, all right? Because he's for Bitcoin. So he's doing so much regarding Bitcoin. You have the largest asset manager, BlackRock. They bought into Bitcoin, the ETF. So once they get into anything, a lot of people start jumping into those assets and equities themselves. So, you know, it's just been running. And
because I did read that that the dollar value is getting lower and lower, and more people are depending on things like Bitcoin and everything else besides, and even gold, using gold more.
Yeah, I mean, the Jerome Powell, the chair of the Fed Reserve, he has said that Bitcoin possibly is better. Not exactly better, but, you know, compared to gold. But
I wonder why he said that.
I mean, I think at some point down the line in the future, digital currency is going to be the currency that we use. But I don't think not for now. I don't think right now, but it's getting there. Right. So eventually, I mean, there's countries across the world that are using it to as like getting buying certain things. So there's that's happening. I mean, the dollar still is being utilized.
But not as much as it was before.
Not as much, but still a lot same way. A lot same way. I mean, we still using it, right? But the market's just running. The market constantly hits all-time highs. The S&P 500, about 50-something all-time highs this year. Presidential election years are always positive. Hold on.
Always an indicator of what's about to transpire?
No. I'm saying presidential election years over the last 50 years, they always end on a positive. The S&P 500 always going up. The NASDAQ always hitting a 52-week high. The Dow Jones the same way. So if you look at that chart, any one of the charts regarding those indices, it's constantly going up. Now, people say speculation. Some people say it's overvalued, and so you have to be careful. But a lot of the big banks like Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, they're predicting 2025 is going to be a great year. We're still in a bull market. So, it's constantly going. And so you got a lot of people who are jumping into the hype, FOMO, fear of missing out.
So listen, Tanisha just wrote, how do you purchase Bitcoin?
Andre, you want to take it? Or you basically the different platforms, right? That you have to Google the different platforms, and you don't have to, obviously most of us don't have $90-something thousand hanging around to buy one or two.
So do fractional shares.
You could do fractional shares, and you could do fractional shares not just on Bitcoin, but on many stocks. I think Coinbase is one area that you can get it at. Ask your financial, like one of the things that we remind people to ask your financial advisor about your investment, right? And and again, it's not just Bitcoin. I think personally, Tesla to me that stock price is gonna go up.
But you know what? It should be illegal too, especially since he's receiving.
Wait, why?
Wait, let me tell you, not Tesla itself, but that man should not be in any part of government, especially since he's receiving money from the federal government. Now I'm gonna eliminate half of the things so that he could get more money to continue his crap.
The man's so rich he can't control the things that he has. The government,
the things he's creating.
The government needs
the things he's creating are ridiculous.
The government needs
iRobot. They already had iRobot as the movie. Now he want to make iRobot imitation. Come on.
Listen.
The
man is worth $1 trillion, right? The man is worth $1 trillion.
Not yet. You're probably gonna be the first trillionaire.
And he's
right.
Ridiculous.
Right. The man is worth $1 trillion,
and
the man can.
And to be honest with you, he's very ignorant.
So wait,
no.
He's not don't come at the other billionaires.
He's not ignorant.
How you don't come at the other billionaires then? Because they do stuff like that, like what Elon behind the closed doors. But you see, like they put on the facade as like I'm with the people in a way, but I think if you're so up there as a billionaire, really, your hand might be in some dirt, right? So,
and why do you think him and the other one want to be a part of the federal government so badly, to get
one thing that you learn, right? And I speak of this, and we black folks have to learn this. If your feet have not moved into that office, into that room where the decisions are made, you're just like you're not part of the issue. Because if I'm sitting in the boardroom, I make a decision on cost. I make a decision on the rules. I make a decision on the guidelines. I make a decision on who is where and who's what, right? I make a decision on different things if I'm in the room. If I'm looking outside of the room, I got to follow what the people in the room has done or have done. Right? That's what's happening. So where are you? Right? So why you think, remember, one of the best examples I gave and I've given on this show, Bloomberg, who's a Democrat, is worth around $70 billion, right? And he, as the mayor of the city of New York, he took
$4 billion.
Right. How much you say? 104 now?
104.7 billion.
Right. So 80-year-old Bloomberg, when he became mayor, he was worth about 6 billion. That's 2000. Between 2000 and now, his growth, like he just informed, 104 billion. Because he was seated at the table. That's why I gotta shut up my my schoolmate, fellow alumni, alumnae, correction, from my 11. She branched out on her own, Tanisha. So big up to you, branched out on her own and try to do her own company. So she could have a foot at the table. Right? You know, to do whatever needs to happen. We need more people who are willing to put them at the table. I mean, to take their feet and move.
Risk takers.
Right? Not just risk takers.
But no. The reason why I say risk takers.
No, I'm saying yes. Risk
You
takers
have to get over your fear.
But I'm saying
it requires faith.
Yeah, but I'm saying taking that moment and walking into the boardroom, putting your feet and your behind in that room.
And the reality too, really, these billionaires, they're so rich, they don't have to even actually go vote for any political person. They just use their money and buy the politicians, right? They do a lot of those things all the time. So, you know, if Kamala was speaking the way or Elon Musk was speaking, he probably would have joined with her too and do similar things. So
right,
it's just like their money speak. They make their money do the talking, buying out the politicians. We know we ain't that rich, so we go and we vote. We keep accountability. We have to.
We talk about how unfair it is, right? Yeah. That's what we talk about. How unfair it is. All right. Oh, yeah. I'm like, let's bless.
Make sure to do the research, man.
Yeah, you do your research. Do the work.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny because years ago, when we started, we talk a little bit about investment. Andre, how much is Louis Vuitton Moet right now?
Man, that's up there.
Right. That was a big stock that we spoke about. Nvidia was a big stock. Right. Nvidia, didn't Nvidia just do a split?
Right? Yeah, I think Louis Vuitton split over. Yeah, Nvidia split.
Yeah, Louis Vuitton didn't split yet.
There's 128 though.
That 128, right? And had you
Bernard Arnold. Bernard Arnold is the one that runs that, and his net worth is $163.5 billion. All
right. We spoke about that, right? We spoke about, it's just like the show when I tell people, you know what? Click on the show. We rather send the TikToks or other commercials of other shows. And I just said, just subscribe. Like if you hit that subscribe button on our YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button on the YouTube channel, it increases our potency. That's what they do. We're right now on the show. We're taking risks. We're doing the village. Just hit the subscribe button, right? You get what I'm saying? Spend 10 minutes watching the show. Talk to us. Let us know what's going on. You let us know what topic you want. Right? Call us in. Say hello. Right? It's simple, and that's that. Be at the table. Right?
Be active. Yep.
Be active. Right.
And don't wait till the last minute just to vote for one thing. Get involved in your community so that
and stop getting upset with people who are at the table.
Oh, I hear.
Right?
Were people
stop getting upset with people who are at the table, right? Because you didn't want to be at the table.
Oh.
Don't get upset with what Mayor Adams does.
Wait. I'm glad you brought that up. So the City of Yes passed. Remember we were talking about that?
Oh, but it passed with
modification.
And oh, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, one of the modifications coming from our community board, big up Councilmember Farrah Lewis for standing ground for Community Board 17.
Okay.
We said parking. They didn't want to include parking. Now, how dare you not want to include parking?
And put all these buildings around. Where you think people gonna be?
You can't take away public parking because there's not enough. You want to put it inside of these new apartment buildings where you gotta pay. No, leave parking on the street. Give people an opportunity to park and stop charging New York more. Big up Farrah Lewis.
I'm glad.
Big up Rudy Daly. Big up Community Board 17.
All right.
Big up Borough Board. Thank you, Antonio Reynoso. We are at least getting something done. And guess what? My foot, my feet, my behind, my hands were at the table making that request on behalf of our community.
All right. That's a great way to segue into that celebration, man, because parking is serious.
Yeah, girl.
They want to charge you to drive, take away the parking, put restaurants on the sidewalk, put bikes on the way where you're supposed to be parking. So I don't understand. We are the city of no driving, the city of walk, or take the public transportation. But it's all good.
It's all good. So let's fight. Don't say you can't fight and win, right? Let's say you can't fight and win, because you definitely can fight and win. Hey, before I forget, I got to throw a little pat on my back, right? I got to throw a little pat on the back, for my team, the Mechanics, and the Dominoes, right? People didn't know that we would have won our match, but we won our first match at Spicy K's Cross the Table Tournament on Monday. So every Monday night, Spicy K, come out, get some nice cow foot and rice and peas, some cow foot soup, and some steamed fish, roast fish. Enjoy some good music and watch the Mechanics play some dominoes, right? On Ralph Avenue in Brooklyn and Farragut Road. Come and enjoy. Enjoy the moment. Boom, cha-ching. Yes, good point. There's something else. Oh, a sad note, right? A sad note. There was, thanks, Nicola.
A shooting?
Yeah, terrible shooting on the subway. Oh, I was talking about Jamaica. Before I go that. In Barbican Road, there was a shooting. 3 people got shot in Jamaica. I talk about that because the violence in Jamaica is out of hand. The violence in Jamaica, we're number one.
No.
We're number one per capita.
No.
I think we're number
No, we're number one.
Capita, but second in
actual
murder.
Number, right? See, that's I think what remember what we discussed. Joanne.
Mm-hmm.
There's raw data. Remember, it's per capita.
Mm-hmm.
Haiti has 11 million people, right? Jamaica has 1.5 or something like that. So if Haiti, in order for Haiti to catch up, Haiti would have to have like 20,000 murders.
You lost.
Right? And that would be per capita. So Haiti, hey, Gabby! Thank you, Gabby, for watching the show. My little cousin, Gabrielle Drummond, is watching. Hey, Gabby, what's going on? Thank you for watching. Big up.
I see her. Gabby.
Hey, Gabby. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you for tuning into the village. And again, villagers, high five. High five to all of you, right? Thank you for joining. But so, like I said, there's a difference between raw data. There are far more murders in Haiti than Jamaica. Far more, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's the number is staggering, right? How many more? Which is also crazy, right? That's just damn crazy. And Jamaica is supposed to be more organized, I would say. They're not in political turmoil. They're not in, right? Remember, Haiti somewhat, especially the city of Port-au-Prince, is run by gangs and unruly people. Jamaica is supposed to have a prime minister, law-abiding citizens, and stuff like that. If that makes sense, right? But it's chaotic.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's shocking, right? It's shocking. 3 people shot and killed, man. Yeah, I think the last time I was talking about it was, I think, what was it, 5 or 6 shot and killed in one shot. These things are crazy, right? And yes, exactly. I agree. Crime is off the chart in Jamaica for such a small country. It is crazy, right? What did Empress say? You really are supposed to be at that level where, but I would run for office in Jamaica under the platform of corruption. They'll probably wipe me out. They'll wipe me out. Because why are you getting a driver's license and the government knows that you have to pay $30,000 for that license? That means you can't go in and get a driver's license if you don't pay. How does it even make sense? And it's known the average person cannot get a driver's license if you don't pay for the driver's license. If you don't grease somebody's palm, you know how long it takes to get a permit in Jamaica? But if you grease the palm, it's done in a month or less. You want to build something, it takes 6, 7, 8 months. But if you grease the palm, it's done in 6 weeks, 4 weeks, 3 weeks. On the next election.
The next
election, the next meeting.
The poverty and stuff is so rampant, really.
Yeah.
It's like it's to such an extreme. I mean, people are definitely struggling, and since COVID, it's like the recovery still hasn't catch up to where it's catch up. And so sometimes I really just look at it, but then now you look at the people who in power, like the leaders and them, they're okay. They're still okay in a sense. It's just like, why is it that half the population or more than half still in a position of struggle, where in as you leadership, still the struggle is still upon a lot of the citizens there.
Going back to going back to politics for a minute. What did Nicola write? There's so many layers of why people in Jamaica are so aggressive to the point of taking a life. That's a good question.
Survival.
A lot of Jamaicans would not like me, because one of the first things I'm going to attack 4 things: the church, the education system, the law enforcement system, right, and the governance, right? And I'm gonna attack those individuals for a number of reasons. Hi, Marilyn, how you doing? Oh, you're up, really? You're in England and you're up this early. Hi, hey, what's going on? Right? Thank you for joining us from England, actually. Thank you, Marilyn. I appreciate that. The reason why I would attack all of those 4, the church, because they're too many and they need to be more organized. That's one. They're just too many. Not the belief in God, but too many churches. Like, people are just building a church here, and then it's not really religion, right? They're there doing unnecessary things. You're in church on Sunday, on Monday you're committing a crime. That's unacceptable, right? That's one. So you need to move those resources to something else. 2, the police force. The police force is responsible for a lot of the crimes that are happening in Jamaica. Period. They are the assassins. They're turning their blind eye to a crime. Right? 3, the educational system. Why should you pay to be educated? At least through 12th grade. We have a very strong education system. But why are you paying? Why are you paying? You're paying to take the what is it called? The CXC, Andre? I don't know. I think it's called CXC, right?
Yeah, I just remember school fee, man, and
School
even
fee,
when I
right?
tell the students up here about how we had to do that, they were like, "What? You have to pay for school?" I was like, yeah, man, pay for
Right.
school.
You know, right? I'm like, that's unacceptable. Kids should have access to a free education. Right? Education. Right. People in Jamaica, to me, we're too violent. We don't respect life. We do not.
I
I
mean,
would stop some of these singers. Swear to goodness. Some
You
of
would
these
what?
singers who spread violence,
mhm.
disrespect for women, disrespect for life. I'm a censor you.
And that's how I felt with a lot of music since I was a kid, really.
Yeah.
And I mean, no, you can try to do the censorship nowadays. A lot of the young kids just have so much
That
access
too.
to
That
it too.
very true, Nicole.
Um,
Right? That's a
you
good
know.
point, right? The church has pushed the agenda of the British Empire. Absolutely.
I think
Right.
at the core,
Right? We don't love ourselves in Jamaica.
but I would say this though, that there's
I
a
mean, well, hold on. I want to make sure I clarify that statement. I'm not saying that Jamaicans don't love themselves. That's not what I'm saying.
right.
We admire
Maybe like
America and England
yeah.
and the racist cultures, like white is right. You're light skin, you're better than the dark skin. You're this, you're that. You get what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. Not that,
But-
as an individual,
Hmm.
you love yourself, but you also place white right better.
Yeah, I mean, I think at the core of it, really, you have systems in place that continue to push forward a lot of these things, really. So, say, let's use education, for example. If you have an instructor in a classroom who isn't necessarily the best teacher, or they're teaching just by the books, they're not going to go to their way to really kind of see something wrong with the book. And so now there's that push factor as well. You have some people who have well intentions, but they also like to turn up and entertain. So, they'll play that music when they say chilling with their kids, and they might just play it because they enjoy it. But that music is also influencing the kid too. And the kid grows up and see that.
And they think that that's the reality, right? So they make that the reality. And that's a problem, right?
Yeah.
So, and you see that in school. It's funny. I was looking at Lil Wayne in the United States, right? I look at Lil Wayne, and I don't know who else. One of my friends, and he was here, and we were talking. And you hear something funny? I was thinking of the fact that Lil Wayne had so many tattoos, and then it became like a norm to have so many. I'm not telling people not to have tattoos, right? That's not my point. My point is the media and the lifestyle initiate the behaviors. You get what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. Not that anything is wrong with tattoos. If you want to have tattoos, have them. But the
became influential.
Right.
So you see it, it looks cool, and now you start operating in that manner.
So we need to fix that. We come to the end, Andre.
But like the last thing too, really, is that man, it kind of slipped me. Oh no, I was referring to like one of the biggest acts of change that I think I've read in history is how the Montgomery bus boycott happened. Really, how people, they decided to help out each other, for over a year, nobody was riding the bus. It's like, no, we're gonna boycott until the changes happen. So you have even the neighbor helping out. If you have to carpool, if you have to walk, people were really on point. We'll get it with getting change. Now, when if I look at things now too, go back to, if we look at George Floyd, I think even the next year Super Bowl happened and everybody is like,
yes,
it was just forgotten.
Yeah,
right. So it's like you have to be willing to sacrifice the entertainment and the pleasures for a long period of time if you really want change, right? But the systems in power know that a lot of people who are in oppressive circumstances, it becomes tiring. So in on the other hand, you want to be able to feel good, because being faced with the oppressive issues and have to fight so much, it becomes tiring. You're tired. It's like, when can I like just get like a breather, right? And so of course they have the money making events and people kind of jump to it, like forget that, oh, you're in a fight. Like, we're still constantly fighting. So people have to want that change to the point wherein a lot of sacrifices would be made.
Just want to I'll just let you know, one of our listeners just typed that you could do Robinhood. You can get Bitcoin on Robinhood, but check with your financial advisor. We got to go. We've gone over the limit, but this has been an exciting conversation. Thank you, all the villagers out there. I think, Nicola, you're making some great points. You have to love our version of ourselves. That's true. You have to love what you can. I know I said it's time to go, but I think they need to look at morality classes and ethical classes every stage of school, like acceptability, loving yourself, loving who you are. There's a difference between loving yourself, right? There's a difference between loving yourself, right? There's a difference between loving yourself and being arrogant, right? Knowing who you are. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for joining us tonight on the Village Radio Talk Show. Thank you to all of our villagers. Thank you for everybody who participated. You guys you're the show. Without you, there is no show. Hit the subscribe button. Tell a friend to hit the subscribe button. Share the show, right? We appreciate you. Continue. Enjoy your December. Thank you for watching, viewing, sharing, participating on the Village, where we are dedicated to empowering the community to live a healthy, safe, and financially capable life through education, helping each one of us to realize our dreams at any age, at any point, starting from today. Where success is not just spoken, it is done. Big up all our villagers.
Walk with faith, family. Walk with faith.
Walk with faith. Walk with faith. God bless.
All right. Peace out.
Peace out.